and welcome to another exciting edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ron, your host. Tonight's movie I actually just got finished a couple hours ago. Hang on. I'm sorry about that, guys, but tonight's movie I'm covering right now, tonight's movie I'm covering is a film that came out in the mid or early 2000s. And we're taking a look at a film from DreamWorks Animation, from the studio that brought you Shrek. We are taking a look at Will Smith, Robert De Niro, Renee Zellweger, Angelina Jolie, Jack Black alongside Martin Scorsese, 2004's Shark Tale. Yes, I'm covering the infamous Will Smith fish. Yes, what most people call them, the Will Smith fish. So yeah, Shark Tale, as I said, was released in 2004, and it's DreamWorks Animation. And for those who don't know, I also have the GameCube game to Shark Tale, which eventually I will cover down the road. So who knows? Might be a future Let's Play. But we're going to talk about the movie right now. So yeah, Shark Tale. This is a interesting movie. This movie is. I remember watching this movie. I actually remember renting this from the video store way back in the day. It was like a mom and pop rental store when it came out in 2005. And this also was released when DreamWorks was releasing Shrek, which also came out in 2004. Shrek 2 actually came out in 2004. Between those movies that I saw in theaters, I saw Shrek 2 in theaters and passed Shark Tale. So, yeah, with that out of the way, let's actually talk about Shark Tale. So, Shark Tale focus on, I'll put it right here, so while I read what, I have the DVD on my lap, so I can kind of read off what this is about, so while I'm facing camera as well. So, Will Smith portrays a fish named Oscar. He is basically, he's sort of this outcast who works at the whale wash. Yes, he's a whale washer. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's right. He's a tongue scrubber at a local whale wash. Yeah, I'm getting tongue-tied right there, guys. So, basically, he becomes friends with a shark, Lenny, voiced by Jack Black. Which, interestingly enough, Jack Black will later go on to voice Po in the Kung Fu Panda movies, also by DreamWorks Animation. So that's interesting. So so then we got his girlfriend Angie, voiced by Renee Zellweger. So she voices his girlfriend Angie. And then the other shark, who's played by Robert De Niro, who's Lenny's father. I can't think of his name in it, but he's also friends with a pufferfish, voiced by Martin Scorsese. Yeah, Scorsese, De Niro yet again, but this time the two of them acting with each other. But yeah, there actually was a time where Scorsese did act in a few of his movies. So yeah, he acts with De Niro in this. That is such odd casting choice. You could have picked a different actor to voice the pufferfish. So basically, Oscar becomes friends with that, and they think he's now the shark slayer. So he meets up with another fish voiced by Angelina Jolie. I'm just gonna get out of the way before I continue to review. I do not like the design of Will Smith. All the other sea creatures look fine, but Will Smith, yeah, I'm going to show you the GameCube cover and show you right there. I mean, that is literally nightmare fuel. I'm sorry. Most people in the world of the internet always call him the Will Smith fish. And yeah, I could call him the Will Smith fish. So yeah, the Will Smith fish is just such a weird oddity, but yeah, it's just bizarrely strange. So back to that. So Oscar meets up or Will Smith Fish, however you want to say it, but I'm just going to say Oscar because that's his character's name. I know Doug Walker, Nostalgia Critic, in his reviews, in both his Shark Tale reviews, always calls him Will Smith Fish, but I'm going to say Oscar because that's his character's name. So Oscar, like I said, meets up and then he bets the money. He gets the money and decides he wants to bet, and the Scorsese pufferfish is like, no, I'm sorry. His name is Sky in the movie. I'm sorry. Scorsese's character's name is Sky. So Sky gets these like jellyfish. They're Jamaican jellyfish. That's just even weird. Named Bernie and Ernie, voiced by, get this, the weirdest, oddest choice, Ziggy Marley and Dougie Doug voice the two jellyfish that are like Sykes' right-hand men. So they bet on Seahorse and he bets all the money, but the Seahorse, almost they feel like they're going to win the money, and all of a sudden the Seahorse falls down, so he has to hold him, and then Sykes is looking, he's mad, and he's like, okay, take him out, boys. Make sure, find the deepest hole, do not let him go. So they tie him up and they just basically torture Oscar. It's just so random. This movie just feels sort of random. I don't know. Something about this. It's weird how I normally don't show the disc art, but these are the Jamaican jellyfish that are on the disc. They're also on the cover as well. But I wanted to kind of show you off that. You'll probably see some photos of that on the video. So, yeah, I wanted to kind of bring that up just to show you. So, there's weird moments in this movie. It's kind of hard for me to say, though there are some stuff I like and some stuff I don't like. The stuff I do like is good. And I'm not saying this movie's bad. I know a lot of people do not like this movie and it wasn't well received. But I think the problem is, again, Shrek 2 coming out, and that kind of overshadowed. Interesting enough, Shrek 2 and Shark Tale will compete for the Oscar in the animation category that year. But honestly, I don't think this deserves... This should have not got nominated for the Best Animation Feature. You could have done Shrek 2 and maybe take Shark Tale out and put the SpongeBob movie in its place. Because I feel the SpongeBob movie... Also coming out that same year was the SpongeBob movie, which I felt the SpongeBob movie in whole did a better job than what Shark Tale did, if you want a movie with undersea creatures. The problem again here is, I'm not narking the movie. I think it's fine, and the message at the end is really good, but there's just so many moments in this that just outweighed the few, but again, with the Will Smith fish. Or Oscar, or however you want to say. But I do believe the message at the end with Jack Black and Robert De Niro, Lenny, and I forget the other one, does have that bond. There are some good moments, like when he's like fighting the shark. That's cool and all that. That has really good moments. But there are just so many moments. I'm not saying this movie is bad. I just feel like I probably won't watch this again kind of movie. There are tons of other DreamWorks animated films. In fact, I did cover last year 2 movies that were so much better than this. In fact, The Bad Guys, a movie I covered last year, was number 1 on my best list of last year. This movie I watched once at a rental store. I've owned this movie, then I got rid of it, then I rebought it. It's just bizarrely weird. But again, this is not a horrible movie. This movie, again, has its moments, and I feel like this could have been better. But I'm trying to think of anything else. I do like how, like, Angelina Jolie's character, I forget her name in the movie. They don't say on the back who her character is. But anyways, yeah, I forgot Jack Black's a vegan. He's a vegetarian shark. I forgot about that. So the moment where he's getting beat up by her is actually pretty funny. The scene with the jellyfish where he's getting stung, that's pretty funny. But most of the jokes in this feel forced and feel flat. Oh, so they use celebrity puns like Muscle Crow, Cod Stewart, Seal. Katie Couric, who's actually voiced by Katie Couric in the beginning of the film. And they just use a bunch of like instead of GQ it's FQ, instead of GAP it's GUP. So they use a lot of product placement, but instead of the actual product placement, they use puns with undersea stuff. So, like I said again, there are some fun moments, and I think kids are gonna like this. But as an adult who hasn't seen it since it came out in 2004, 5, I do believe 2005, because as I said before, I did not see this in theaters, but I haven't seen it since 2005. But as somebody who's in his 30s, I don't think it really holds up. But again, it's not terrible. It just could have been better. This could have been a classic if the humor was good. Will Smith is very funny, and I think he can be funny. It's just bizarrely weird with, well, you know, I'm not going to get into the whole Oscar controversy. I'm sure everybody has talked about it, but I'm viewing the movie as a movie and not so much as the actor. But yeah, there was a time where I was a big Will Smith fan. I had to go see everything Will Smith was in. This is the movie I did not see in theaters. I've seen Men in Black. I've seen iRobot. I even seen Hancock at the drive-ins. So I've seen a good portion of Will Smith movies. I don't hate Will Smith, but as judging the film wise, again, I'm not a Will Smith hater. I had to bring up this right here. This is the character. Look, every other character looks fine. Scorsese looks a bit weird. He's about the weirdest part. Will Smith and Scorsese look almost the same. In fact, Renee Zellweger looks like a fish. Angelina Jolie looks like a fish. Robert De Niro looks like a shark. And I do believe Jack Black looks like a shark. But Martin Scorsese and Will Smith does not look like a fish. It looks more like Will Smith fish and Martin Scorsese puffer fish known as Sky. But the ending is good, and that's why I'm going to rate it. I kind of more or less kind of rambling about this, but it's fine. It's fun. It's kind of one of those. It's so bad it's good, and I believe again there are some fun moments. The message at the end is kind of what I'm going to rate it, but in whole, it's just average. It's just an average movie. That if I had to choose between this or Shrek 2, I'm going to watch Shrek 2. I'm going to sit down and watch the Shrek movies. I will sit down and watch Road to El Dorado, another movie I covered on the channel. Another one was Sinbad, Legend of Seven Seas. I will sit through the Sinbad cartoon that DreamWorks did. I'll sit through those. I'll even sit through Shrek Forever After, even though that wasn't that great either. It's just when it comes to Shark Tales, I feel like it's the black sheep. But I do have it on GameCube, so if you guys want me to review this, let me know in the comments. But I'm judging between the movie itself. So I'm kind of more rambling. I'm sorry it's not much of a review. I think there are some fun moments. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you stick around the end credits, similar to the Shrek DVD, you get a bonus called Club Oscar, which is the one I covered. I didn't watch any of the special features, but I did watch Club Oscar at the end of the film. So that's my review of Shark Tale. So I'm gonna rate it now. I'm gonna give Shark Tale a 3 out of 5. I don't think the movie's that bad to warrant a 2 out of 5. But I thought a 3 out of 5 was fine. Was good enough for me to rate this. I will keep this movie. This is going to be a keeper. But for the most part it's just a cautionary tale. But it's not terrible. If you guys want to check it out, you guys can check it out. So it's definitely worth watching. If you see it out in the wild for like $1, pick it up. It's definitely worth at least a watch once. And maybe you guys might like it. So, yeah. Let me know if you guys do like Shark Tale in the comments below. So, yeah. that's my review of Shark Tale. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do like the content of the channel, you can follow me on YouTube. You can click subscribe, like, comment, ring the bell, click the bell to get all of my video notifications. I'm also on Letterboxd, guys, so you guys can check me out there as well. And yeah, if like I said, yeah. And as always, keep watching those Universal movies, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.